want you to ask yourself this, right? What if you heard from God and He told you to leave your hometown and get away from the very people that helped raise you? What if you heard from God and He told you to fast for a week from social media, from meat and things of that nature? What if you heard from God and He told you not to eat anything for 3 days? What if you heard from God and He told you to pray and fast for the very person that hurt you the most in 2025? What if? So many people want to hear from God. So many people want anointings and spiritual gifts, but nobody wants the warfare, the divine instructions, and things of that nature that come with it. Everybody wants to be a Christian until it becomes biblical. Until someone tells you holiness is required. You need to stop committing adultery. You need to stop fornicating, etc., etc. See, we were bought with a price, and we owe Jesus our lives. If you're not willing to die to self, if you're not willing to give up the very things that you love the most for God, why are you praying to hear from Him? Trust me, hearing from the Lord does not come easy. It doesn't make anything easier. God is going to be requiring you to obey Him, whether you like it or not, whether you understand it or not. So just think about it for a second. Just think about it. What if?
We fought for a long time, trying to find our destiny, trying to find our path, but it was already in us. We seen it, but we didn't wake it up. We fell asleep for a while, lost in a dream, keep feeling a nightmare, keep shoving people down, but not uplifting them.
Realize they don't stop my show. I love when people realize life goes on for me. I love when people realize every situation, every problem, everything they do, anything that they formed against me will not break me. I love when people realize, like, damn, she really gonna keep going. I love when God showed them that life is only gonna get better for her. I love when you obey God, how everybody and anything that tried to destroy you, shit on you, be negative towards you, have no choice but to get out your way because they're not in control of your life. You and God is. I love showing people, watch I still win. I love showing people that my show still go on. And that's one thing I just love about me, because before I sit around and try to prove to you anything, I'm going to get out your way and my life still going to flourish. Like, it still goes on for me. I can't stop that. I hate when people come around you thinking they're going to hurt you, manipulate you, abuse you, and just bring you down, not knowing all the stuff you already went through and you, everything in you deserve to win, and then they think they're going to be the one that stopped the show. Like, please, not happening. I'm going to pick my head up every time and keep going. You don't stop my show. And I love showing people that, like, yeah, that shit might hurt. Yeah, I might be in it for a minute, but I'm gonna get up out of it and I'm gonna keep going.
Tasha, what's up with you, bro? What do you want, Layla? I'm just checking to see if you good. Look, bro, I just want to be by myself. I don't need you here right now. Bro, I'm not finna leave you out here like that. Layla, you are so full of it. You know that? What is you talking about? We're supposed to be girls, right? We're supposed to be homies, right? We are. Now, how you gonna stand up there in front of the class and dog me out like that? Girl, clearly we both fighting to get a grade. Whatever. Miss me with that. Miss me with that because you could have declined the assignment. You could have said no. Layla, you of all people, you know
how hard it is for me to talk about my dad. And yet you still gonna stand up there and put on a freaking show for everybody, right?
Yeah, because it's
Right?
all about you.
You know what? You know what, Layla? Don't do that right now.
You act like you the only one dealing with shit. So what, you don't got a good relationship with your father? My mother left me and my twin sister at the hospital at birth. I was sexually abused by the first family who adopted me. My so-called guardians who's supposed to provide me with shelter and safety. So yeah, I got every right to be bitter and upset just like you do. But you know what? At the end of the day, I will fall to my knees and pray to God to grant me the serenity to accept the things I can't change, for the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. It's okay to have flaws, because at the end of the day, everybody got problems. But for you to sit up here and question my friendship, it's not cool, Tasha.
We rise in the morning. We rise praying, asking God for forgiveness. Because we left the nest. We lost the way. But we're in the fog trying to find it. And we will. Change is coming, and no one can stop it. Are you ready for change? Or you just think change is not coming? Don't be a fool. Don't roll over and play in the game. Don't be an enemy to self.
When we start revolution, whose side are you gonna be on? Are you still gonna be on your knees begging for us jobs?
I was, as Mr. Meek said, he wouldn't die standing on his feet rather than to die on his knees. I will die standing up for God, regardless of any circumstance.
Okay. Have God ever told you to let this white man rule you like he is?
Well, young man, you first must be born again. God is a
No, I
spirit.
ain't born again. I ain't got to be born again. See, I was born in a new generation. Your mother could have brainwashed you, but can't nobody brainwash me. I'm ready. It's gonna take young boys like us to win the revolution.
The white peoples realized today that they was wrong for enslaving the Negro.
Fear is your worst enemy. So don't be afraid. It's going to look terrible what's coming. Don't be afraid. The Father didn't put us here for fear. He put us here for the experience. Some of us will leave the nest. Some of us won't. He knew who was going to stay from the beginning and who wouldn't bow down to evil, who would stand next to him in the kingdom of heaven. All glory belongs to the Father. All the glory. No matter what or who he put in front of you. That's just the way it is. That's the way it's always going to be.
Really mad because they wearing their self-esteem and yours is in you, not on you. It's something that can't be bought or taught. And we talk a lot about being in survival mode and coming out of it, even life in no contact. But a part of grieving the reality that we never got to live, a part of grieving the childhood and the parents we never got a chance to experience, is also holding space for honoring everything we learned there, because there's a certain level of wisdom you got in those seasons. People would pay for it, but they cannot. So no, your parent may have not been perfect, but they taught you how to go without, and they taught you how to pull something together, how to make something out of nothing. You know about layways. You know about putting pieces together from the thrift store. You know about putting it together from the dollar store. So special shout out to all those parents and to all of the siblings who stepped up for each other to be each other's bonus parents and made magic happen every birthday, every holiday. You have language for it now, but the truth is you are always learning how to validate yourself and not keep up with the Joneses or base your value on materialistic things. Remember who you are. Keep that in mind this holiday season. In this economy, nobody got room to be breaking the bank. Show your love by being intentional. Go get you a stocking stuffer. Fill it up with 5 to 10 things that person you love, loves, or likes. I promise you, the thought goes a long way. Don't worry though, if you need some ideas, I got you covered. I might add the video to this comment or come back in a little bit to my page. I will have gift ideas for y'all. And they really
understand this parable, you won't understand any of the others. Not because it's complicated, but because it exposes the one thing religion avoids. The problem was never the seed. The problem was never God. The problem was never lack. The issue was the ground. Stay with me, because this parable explains why people pray, believe, sow, fast, and still don't see fruit. Matthew 13 is a turning point. Up until now, Jesus speaks plainly, but here he switches to parables. Why? Because truth activates based on readiness, not availability. And the disciples asked him, "Why do you speak to them in parables?" And Jesus answers chilling, "Because seeing, they do not see, hearing, they do not hear." In other words, information doesn't change lives, perception does. Jesus says a sower went out to sow. Notice, the sower doesn't change seeds. The word is consistent, the truth is consistent, the promise is consistent. What changes is the receiver. Jesus lists 4 soils, and he explicitly says, the field is the heart. This is not about farming. This is about identity conditioning. 1, the wayside. That's the unconscious identity. Seed falls and immediately gets taken. This is the person who hears truth but has no inner permission to receive it. Why? Because the mind is so trafficked by fear, trauma, external voices, and old labels. The truth never gets below the surface. This is someone who says, "I know that already," but nothing ever changes. Number 2, we have the stony ground. Those are emotional believers. This seed springs up fast. They shout, they get excited, they feel it, but there's no depth. Why? Because depth requires restructuring self-image, not emotional moments. As soon as pressure shows up, the word gets blamed, God gets questioned, the seed gets abandoned. This is revelation without identity reinforcement. Number 3, thorny ground. That's the divided self-concept. This one is dangerous because it almost works. The seed grows, but it's choked by anxiety, survival thinking, comparison, divided attention. Jesus says the cares of this world and the deceitfulness of richness. That word deceitfulness matters. It means subtle agreements that compete with the truth. You can't manifest from 2 identities at once.